about your health, how you was living, when I just should've been whooping your ass. Pop up like your mama, in the middle of class, whooping your ass. I was way too giving, way too forgiving. I was worried about your health, how you was living, when I just should've been whooping your ass. Pop up like your mama, in the middle of class. I was way too giving, way too forgiving. I was worried about your health, how you was living, when I just should've been whooping your ass. Pop up like your mama, in the middle of class, whooping your ass. I was way too giving, way too forgiving. I was worried about your health, how you was living, when I just should've been whooping your ass. Pop up like your mama, in the middle of class. I was way too giving, way too forgiving.
What's good, my beautiful baby case? It's your girl Key, your favorite psychic on the tube, and as always, we are back with another Sugar Free production. So, the Chapter Administrator is discussing on this beautiful day why it didn't work with the person on your mind. We're going to leave it open for romantic and platonic interpretation. If it feels one way or the other, then I'll channel it as such, but some of you guys may find yourself drawn to more than one pal, and that is A-okay. With that being said, Patreon would have seen this long before you did, YouTube. And I just want to let you guys know, if you're interested in joining us in the extended, we're going to be getting clarification regarding the lesson you should take away from whatever current hardships that you're facing in your life, be it the situation or other things. We're going to be getting like a lengthy, detailed synopsis of that, okay? But on YouTube today, we're just talking about why it didn't work with the person on your mind. Without further ado, just dive straight into it. I feel like for those of you who are tapping into this pile, you are asking me about an individual in which you have walked away from, because I feel like this person here, you felt as though, how do I say this? Like, the idea of this person was perfect, right? This looks like a mannequin in the front of this individual, and it looks like it's been taken apart. So it's almost like when you go in a store and the outfit looks perfect until you try it on. On paper, this seems like somebody that it would have been a wonderful connection that you would have had with this individual. And I feel like this is somebody that I feel like, if I'm being honest, they may have had a role to play regarding their mouth. They said something to you that may have like really made it like, okay, maybe we don't need to speak anymore. I do feel like this is somebody that you and this individual had intellectual conversations with. I also feel like this is a particular person. They could be 34, 31, doesn't have to be. This could be, for some of you guys, a shorter masculine, doesn't have to be. But this is somebody that the separation between you and this individual, it kind of caught you off guard, because I feel like this person kind of gave you their ass to kiss. It was kind of cold. They said or did something without the consideration of how it would make you feel. Something that, going back to the clothing scenario, when you feel like something's going to work for you and you try it on and it isn't flattering or it makes you feel insecure, it's something that kind of, it can kind of be discouraging. Sometimes it can make you not want to try on other things. Sometimes it can make you want to leave the store. Sometimes it can make you feel inadequate regarding the way you look and, things of that nature, feelings that you may not have had prior to walking to the store, especially if you build yourself up like this is something perfect. This is, I know exactly where I can wear this. This is the perfect outfit, and they don't have it in your size, or they have it in your size, or so you thought it was your size, and you put it on and it's like it's not flattering, and it could be discouraging, or maybe you can't afford it, right? It could have highlighted the situation, a certain label, whether this is a person or an environment or people. It could have highlighted or maybe even amplified a certain level of insecurity you had regarding your imperfections, whether it's your appearance, your financial situation, whether or not you're like your feelings, whether or not you can trust something or trust your judgment. It's like whatever this is somebody that made you doubt that you could trust your judgment on something, because it looked good, it felt good initially, but when you put it into practice, I felt like that it was something that it discouraged you. Let's put it that way. The separation cards also makes me feel as though this is somebody that you may have felt is like, okay, or maybe they were doing a bare minimum. You know, like, why do I feel like I'm carrying this whole situation? Like, if I don't sit there and dress the dummy up and put it on display and all these other things, it's just a dummy. It doesn't do anything for me, you know. And this could have been somebody to a certain degree that may have advertised themselves to other people, or an opportunity that was considering other suitors while in connection with you, and you were doing the hard work. We think about, you know, the presentation of the dummy once we see it in the display, but we don't think about the person that actually pieced together the outfit, that actually put the outfit on the mannequin and put it on display. So this is somebody that you may have felt, if it is a person, like, okay, I put a lot of hard work into the situation, and they put themselves on display for other people or other, you know, opportunities. This is something where it felt as though, like, I really like this, but I'm starting to feel like either I'm a burden or I'm a best kept secret, or that you like me when you're getting a certain version of me. Maybe you feel like this person or this situation went out its way to try to humble you. You could have felt like you were trying to force this to open up, or to perceive you or see you as a valid option, right? Or like you was trying to force a fit with the situation. I think that your history with this person, with the Hierophant coming out, this is somebody that I definitely feel like reminded you of somebody that you had either been in a relationship with, or certain family members. They have certain characteristics of individuals regarding like stubbornness. I think this is also somebody that could be, they could be a homebody. They could be very traditional. For some of you guys, this could be an individual with a career, or this could be somebody that's very, how do I say this, like, routine, you know. I think this is somebody that has a hard time. Like, you could try to give this person a new perspective of doing things, a new way of perceiving a situation, and it's almost like you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. That type of situation. This could also be an individual that is always thinking about the worst case scenario, or they just have almost like a scarcity mindset. If this is a person, I also think this is somebody here that may like to ruminate on negative things. Like, it's like a woe is me, Debbie Downer, but this is somebody, like, they probably somebody don't perceive themselves as negative. That's the thing. This person feels like that they're just being practical, right? Your history with this person could be that you could recognize this person here has some childhood trauma. This could also be somebody, I'm not gonna lie, they are showing up as somebody that might do really good in certain aspects, but it's the emotional. You know, if this is like a job opportunity, this is like, okay, it pays well, but y'all aren't good people. You know, you aren't being human. You aren't seeing your employees as individuals. You're just seeing them as numbers. And the second someone is late to work or whatever, you're already considering replacing them. Or, you know, someone just passed away, you're already thinking about the next person that's going to come into this job and take their position. It's something like that. Or this could be an individual that you may have felt like, okay, if you're dating this person, or this is a family member, it's like you're really good at providing when it comes to like the basic essentials, but when I ask you to really see me, you have a difficulty doing that. When I ask you to let me in so that I can understand you on a deeper level, there's difficulty regarding that. This is somebody here that I feel like they may feel comfortable venting to you about certain hardships they have in their life, but I think that whatever coping mechanisms they picked up along the way, I think that they may have given you a hard time regarding receiving your assistance when it comes to your advice regarding how to navigate this. This could be somebody, if you look at this Hierophant card, I'm just now noticing for the first time, and I've had this deck for a long time, that there's a man peering through this, like, this boarded up wall. So this could be somebody that, I'm not gonna lie, like, they could watch your social media, or they can keep tabs on you, or they can want to keep tabs on you, or they could just like monitor you and things of that nature. Like, they could be very observant. But I feel like that this is somebody that gets to see you be vulnerable, but you feel like, well, I'm all in with you, but I feel like I'm only getting a portion of who you are. We only see his eyes. We don't see nothing else about this person. So this could be just somebody here that is very strategic with how they interact with you, is what I want to say. You know, your history with them. Give me some more clarification regarding your history with this person. I do think this is somebody here that may have even made you feel like they were cool either way when you guys were speaking. You know, this person here could have also been somebody that I don't think their routine or their lifestyle from your perspective, I don't think you've seen it like from your perspective. Not saying this is reality, but from what you see, this is somebody you might feel like, I'm here to poke the bear. So this is somebody that'll keep tabs with you but won't change behavior. They'll say enough just to keep you where they want you, or do enough just to keep you interested, but won't do much more than that. This is somebody, again, it felt very promising, but you could only go so far without feeling like you're driving the boat in entirety. It's like, I just need more from you. And what you needed was just literally them just showing that they cared, literally them showing more empathy and compassion, and they probably were just moving too slow for you. You know, and I feel like it was largely due to them ruminating about past situations, you know, whether it was past situations that involved you or other people in your position. Now, the Knight of Cups came out, and that makes me feel like that the way things fell apart, it was because this person here, I think they responded in an asshole fashion to your emotions. I feel like you were vulnerable, and I feel like they kind of gave like a whatever, cool story, bro, I don't want to deal with this type of vibe. I feel like this person here may have also started feeling themselves. I feel like the hard work that you did may have positioned them or maybe put them in an energetic space. Like, they were probably attracting more opportunities, maybe even more suitors or people, and they felt confident is what I want to say. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that this is something that they got too comfortable. Put it that way. This person may have felt, you probably hyped this person up and they probably feel like you were never going to go anywhere. And they were acting like a jerk. I'm just going to put it that way. I do feel like that you and this person here, y'all do give, like, y'all vibe very well. Y'all mesh very well. But this is somebody where I see you potentially being very open, very sincere, very compassionate, very loving, very nurturing. And I see this person having the same sentiments as you, but just not expressing. It's almost like keeping you on a string. You know, this person could stay at a distance, or they could work at a distance for you. They play a lot of mind games, is what I want to say. And they may have been in private very romantic towards you, or very compassionate towards you. But when it came down to defend you when it counts in the face of others, they failed to do so. This person here, they were trying to keep up with an image that I feel like contradicted the conversation that you guys had in private, or the relationship that you guys were building, or that you guys had built. Right? There was a tower moment. I think this person here, they let their pride get the best of them, and they didn't acknowledge how it made you feel. You know, this Eight of Cups that came out, if you look at her, she's walking away, but she's looking backwards. So she hasn't truly left. It's almost like a facade of, you know, how you're feeling. And I'm gonna be honest, it's almost like you look like what she's walking away from, she's taking the sunshine with her. She's one of the only colorful things that's on this picture. I'm not gonna lie, this person here, I see them entertaining other prospects, but these prospects know that they're still attached to you. And I also see that this is somebody that you still have an attachment to as well. And I think this person has an attachment to you, but you look at him, this guy, not saying that this is a guy that you're asking about, but I'm looking at this masculine energy that's in the background just standing in the rain. He's focused solely on this divine feminine, but he's also not making a move. So I think this is somebody here that recognizes that you've walked away from them and that better is coming towards you, and they may have felt like or feel as though they've reached a plateau in their life. I think this is somebody that has a hard time getting out of their own way. And I do think that in private, they are beating themselves up because they recognize that role they're playing while there's a separation between you and them. For a lot of you guys, this person here, they recognize that, you know, they feel alone. I'm going to put it that way, you know, and they are possibly entertaining other suitors. But I feel like these suitors, they've also expressed a certain level of disinterest, or they could just tell these people don't genuinely like them. You know, it's not as real, it's not as authentic. You know, these could be individuals that deal with this person because of what they have, or opportunities, but not before the love of it. You understand what I'm saying? So if this is an environment that you love, a job opportunity, there's people that may be in that job field or have that position now, but they don't genuinely love what they do. They don't care about people. They aren't compassionate. They aren't willing to work overtime. They aren't willing to put the work in. If this is a relationship, this is somebody that realizes that nobody really is interested in about how I genuinely feel, what goes on in my mind, or what goes on in my day, or how to make me feel better, or, you know, like the struggles that I face. You probably ask this person very deep questions, you know, and I think this is somebody that put their guards up where it didn't need to be put, and then they open their guards for people that really don't mean them well. I think this is somebody that is reminiscent about the memory of you and the comfort that you provided, and I think that they do maybe even feel as though they sabotage another opportunity. If you guys have at some point maybe let this person know you're still interested, or there's opportunity for growth, or if you were still kind and compassionate, there were several opportunities where this person could have made it better, right? But it's almost like this person here, they feel like they missed their window of opportunity. I think this person here, they're feeling very impulsive in the present moment, feeling as though they want to disrupt what you have going on and let you know how they feel. They want to provide you a certain level of clarity. I mean, I think they also want to let you know they're not over this situation. They hold you in high regard. It feels like that you are positioning yourself or presenting yourself as being over it as well, and happy and secure. And you could have a lot more peace. I do think you're better off than this person with the distance that has been created. But I think that this is somebody that, you still have emotions for, or a situation that you're still connected to nonetheless, energetically or emotionally attached to. I do think that better opportunities have also fell into your lap. So some of you guys have gotten more, either a bonus or a better opportunity where it pays well, or where you're treated better, but it's like you still have history at this particular establishment with this particular person. And it's something that, it's almost like a bittersweet energy. I also think that for a lot of you guys, there could be people coming towards you who also look at you as marriage opportunity, or also look at you as a strong suit or a candidate, put it that way, for an opportunity. But they're not who I want. You feel bad, like I don't understand why I still long for this when it isn't, this person isn't doing the work. You kind of feel this person energetically pulling on your energy. The Magician came out. So I feel like that things fell apart when this person was being a jerk. And the reason why, I think that it really just boiled down into somebody here juggling too much, I think this masculine energy, it doesn't have to be a male, but this masculine energy involved in a situation or scenario, I think that they were possibly investing in different things, putting their hands in different pots, right? And I think that this is somebody who just didn't want to make a decision, right? I also think this is somebody who has been doing the same thing for a long time and they're convinced that it works. I also feel like this is somebody who's been by themselves for a long time. I also feel like you've been by yourself for a long time, so you've learned how to be alone and be okay with being by yourself. I think this is somebody here that I think it was necessary for this person here to feel your absence, regardless of where things go moving forward. I think you walking away from the situation, something that was destined to occur. I think that it was meant to humble this person. And I think it was also meant to be something that was done to teach you about self-preservation, regarding how much you put in versus how much you get out. I think ultimately you just felt like that you were forcing it. And I think you've heard me say long enough, when there's God, it flows, when you was forced. And I think that you just weren't interested in forcing anything. And I don't blame you in that regard. How should you look at the situation? I think you should look at this situation as, with the Fool card coming out, to be honest, this person, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like they're gonna come back. But this time, if they do come back, it's like one of those things that I'm gonna lay it to rest, and if it comes back, then I know it's meant to be. But honestly, if I'm being completely frank, I think this would be a situation that this person here, they feel like I said earlier, when you walked away, you took the sun with you. And I think this is something that you are constantly on this person's mind. And I think this is more so a testament of the work that you've done regarding yourself. You know, I think you should look at this situation as like, I've done a lot of work with me. I'm no longer tolerating some of the things that I would have in the past just for the sake of having somebody around me. And even if right now I'm not over it, that's just more of a testament of how authentic I am as a person. Me being genuine, me being loving. And I'm not going to wait for permission to move on. I'm not going to wait for permission to choose myself either. If I have to make a head over heart decision, I know now that I'm capable of doing that. And I think that that in itself is something that you should commend yourself on. Because you haven't always been this way. To be completely honest, there are people who you have to learn this lesson with. But it took a lot longer for you to do it. And I think this is also somebody where, to be honest, you're teaching this person how to submit to your program. Like, I'm not going for this. And the Fool card does talk about new beginnings. So I think that you are in a position to where you can either attract this person and get better out of it, or attract a better suitor altogether. I'm not going to lie, though. I do feel like that, you know, what you don't see coming, I do think this person here is going to be a better friend to you, you know. And I think in hopes to it prospering into something more. I think this is somebody who doesn't want things to end, with the World card being here. If you look at this card, it's a disaster going. But this couple is more so breaking them together. I think this is somebody here, regarding the situation, what you don't see coming. What's happening in your life? In the near future, I think that you're going to be attracting other people who want something with you, you know. And I think that this other person here, I think it's going to kind of wreck them. I'm not even going to lie. Like, it's kind of going to, it's going to hurt their feelings. It's going to make them feel a way. Make them feel some type of way. Because they could have had something, but it's almost like I tried to heal and work things out with you, and you didn't appreciate it while it was offered to you. You know, and I think that this may even make somebody want to get their act together. You know, for some of you guys, it could literally just be for you. Like, this could be a fling that's coming towards you, not with this person, but with somebody else. Something that's just interesting or entertaining for you, right? But this is going to be something that I think it's going to bother this individual. I'm not going to lie. Because I do feel like you're still going to be thinking about this other person while talking to somebody else or dealing with somebody else. I'm not going to even lie to you. But I think this person here, they're going to be really compassionate, very romantic towards you. On their end, we have the Page of Wands. I think this is somebody that's going to want to, like, this is reminding me of the SpongeBob episode where he's swerving down. He didn't want to be treated like a baby, right? But the second he saw Patrick getting his grandma's love, he threw a fit. Like, I don't want to read the manual. I don't want to have sideburns. I want to be rocked like a baby. I want to be hooked. I want to be nurtured. I feel like this is going to be something where somebody else is going to almost be the carrot on the stick to get this person to act right, because they're going to realize, oh, when I stop acting right and I try to play games with Power One, all that does is make them, you know, open up opportunity and space for somebody else to come in. One man's treasure, one woman's treasure is another person's treasure, right? And I think this is going to be somebody who's going to be trying to offer you either position or a relationship down the line, but it might come at a time in which you got other people on your line. You're entertaining other situations. And if I'm being completely honest, this is going to come at a time in which, like, I don't want to say you're not going to want it at all, but I don't think you'll be as emotionally attached to it. Put it that way. Like, you still might have some emotion for it, you know, but you'll be having more fun. This would be a situation where, if I'm being completely honest, this person here, you have more control over yourself. Put it that way. Because I feel like this person will have an opportunity to feel like the way you feel. Is what I want to say with this Page of Wands being here. This person will be trying to get your attention, right? And I think this would be somebody that'll suddenly feel like they'll be throwing fits. They'll be feeling bad, like tantrums. Like, what's that song by? Well, I have to go look at the lyrics because it's a song by Normani. Tantrums, and there's some lyrics that I feel like are important for this spread. Had to get the drop on you. Took a minute, but it's hard not to look back when you're in it. Never thought you'd do me like that, but you did it. So you smile. Try not to run back when you finish. What else is she talking about? Because it's a specific lyric I'm looking for. I have to go through it. But I feel like you get this person like a dopamine rush. Like this person here, which the vibes you give, they can't find that just anywhere. You feel me? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yes. This is going to be somebody that's low-key with other people. They might, like, cut somebody off. Because she says, you're nobody, you're just somebody. I used to, from time to time, and that's all right. You're just somebody that's playing game. You're nobody I ever look at the same. When they ask you who loves you like I do, baby, don't you say my name. You used to have it automatic. That's the energy. And this is going to be somebody here that's going to be feeling bad. Like, ooh, like they're gonna be feeling bad because it says all you have to do is ask, how can you make it better? All you have to do is ask how to never watch me go. But if it was ever what you said it was, what you said it would be, would you have held on to me? I know that you would have held on to me. Evidence, evidence, evidence. I can only see you grow for a while. Lies, lies, lies. Well, you must not know. All you have to do is ask what you could do to make it better. That's the energy that I'm picking up. Like tantrums, baby, don't you throw that. Act just like a baby with your grown ass. Don't you know that? That's the vibe. Like this person, I said that earlier, so this person gonna be throwing fits. Like, oh, now you mad because I moved on? Like, look at this, baby. Look at his eyes. This person gonna be crying. Like, they gonna be hurt. Because I feel like the person you're gonna move on with, they gonna look damn good, but they not gonna be somebody that you just really want to be with. You know what I'm saying? This is reminding me of Why Women Kill. When her husband was being a jerk because he had money and he was losing his mind because she had moved on with that young guy. She wasn't in love with, what's his name, Fletch. She wasn't in love with him. He was just somebody to do something with, but it was enough to get a reaction out of who she wanted to get a reaction out of. Clock that T. So something like that may be significant. Like, and that person that Fletch was like mistreating over her, like she ended up moving on too. So this person gonna lose you and whoever they was trying to play with you for. So it ultimately it didn't work because this person wasn't putting in the energy, right? And I'm gonna be honest, this is somebody here that they were playing games, like stuff that they felt like they had seen growing up. They thought they could juggle you, and I don't think they get it. I don't think they are familiar with the fact that, like, they could become a memory. You understand what I'm saying? And I think this is going to be a situation where this person is going to be trying to get your attention. They're going to be trying to get your attention real bad. And you probably are going to be like, man, heard it out before. You understand what I'm saying? What do I get out of this? You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah. This would be your reading. I love you all to the moon and back and around the whole solar system. Do check me out and extend it so we can get the lesson that you're supposed to take away from this whole ordeal and other situations that are plaguing you in your life. Talk to you guys later. Bye. What's good, maybe for kids? It's your girl Key, your favorite psychic on the tube, and we're back with another trick for reduction. Today, chapter administrator is talking about why it didn't work with the person or the people on your mind, the situation on your mind. I'm leaving it open to different interpretations. How I was interested, it was kind of giving like environments and a person particularly. So I just want to let you guys know, like, you're drawn to more than one pile. That's okay. I must inform you that Patreon would have seen this reading a long time before you would have seen it. So if you're interested in joining us on Patreon for the extended for this upload or for early releases such as this one, the link will be below the description box. Today in the extended, we're talking about basically the lesson you could take away from whatever hardships you're facing in your life, whether it's the situation or not. That's what we're going to be talking about over there. But here on YouTube, we're talking about why it didn't work. You understand what I'm saying? So the card that I pulled representing who this individual is, for some of you, I'm going to get multiple storylines. This could be a mother figure, right? Somebody that was supposed to nurture you. And this is especially a message for those of you who identify with like a mother figure choosing like suitors, like lovers over you, you know, or somebody choosing an addiction over you. right? For others of you guys, hold on. I know it's a lot of noise. I'm dropping stuff, but maybe this person dropped you off or dropped the ball when it came to you. But for others of you guys, this could be an individual here that may have a Capricorn child, particularly a mother figure. They might not be your mother, but they could be a mother of someone, right? Just because she has this little devil next to her, and that's supposed to represent like Capricorn energy in tarot, and that's an oracle deck, I know, but you know, that's just what I'm thinking about. This is also somebody I feel like when you look at this individual, the last time you've seen them, you feel like their glow was disappearing. Like they start to age and look like they spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like this is that type of person. This is also somebody I feel like put themselves in competition with you. Somebody I also feel like try to isolate you from positivity or good opportunities or good experiences, you know. This could be somebody that it does feel like it's somebody's mom, though. This is a woman that is a mother of some sort. And this is somebody that likes to weaponize like their child when it's convenient to get certain outcomes out of people, whether it's you the child or some other child. Like you don't have to be a Capricorn. For some of you guys you could be, but you don't have to be. But this is definitely somebody that I feel like is confrontational for sure. They might like to say they have anxiety or try to blame things on other people, but this is kind of giving mother knows best, but they're not. Like this is somebody that really takes advantage of their child or their children to get opportunities, to get funds. And when they can't get these things out of people, not only do they punish their child, but they punish people who actually care about the children. So that's reminding me of Tangled. This could be somebody that literally like either pulls their child's hair out, or this could be somebody that like they kind of mess with their child's youth. Like they feel their child's youth experiences as a child with like trauma and drama. You know, this is somebody that I feel like they might take pictures and present themselves in front of family members like they're a better parent than what they are. But the reality is this: they possibly are absent, even if they're in the home with this person. They just kind of, they aren't a good person. They're burdened by motherhood. Put it that way. 1, 2, 3. This person could be a teacher, and they could be bad with kids. They don't have to be. This person here, because 1, 2, 3 makes me think about 1, 2, 3 ABC. I feel like this is somebody here that may have delayed their child's education on certain aspects, you know, because they were focused on themselves, right? I also feel like this is somebody here that may, they may have accused you of trying to get their partner's attention. Their partner, even if this is a mother figure to you, like, their partner could have been a weird or a creep, but they got mad at you because this person's getting you attention. Or that is this type of person. This could also be somebody that whatever features that they have, like they kind of show all of it off, you know. So wearing tight clothes where it's not appropriate, etc., right? I think this is also somebody that they might live in the hood, right? But they might choose this because they want to stay with a male, you know. It's like, and I feel like their house, this is somebody that has a nasty house, you know. Not gonna lie. That's what I'm picking up on from this individual. I know that sounds like so bad and rude, but I can only get like what I get out the situation, or at the spread. Like this is somebody that when I look at this energy, I feel like this is somebody that they'll invite company over and they picked up nothing. Stuff will still be dirty, pushed into corners. Strong Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. This is somebody that may be connected to an earth sign or a water sign or an air sign. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But this is somebody that probably can cook too, right? But wants to force everybody to eat their food. You know, they might try to host events and things of that nature. And I feel like this is somebody that's being used by a masculine. And everybody can see it with this person. You know, everybody can see it. Everybody can see it. This person might be there might be an age gap between them and this person. This person they're being used by isn't that bright either. So not only are they not that bright, but this person is not that bright. Either literally, like they're not that, like their skin complexion could be dark, or this could be literally like in a figurative sense, like they're just not that smart. This could also be somebody that tries to use their partner as their guard dog to a certain degree. So, like, if this is like your mom, this would be somebody that try to have your stepdad discipline you. If this is somebody else's mom, this would be somebody here that'll try to have, like, their partner get into this custody disputes with their child, or hand off their kid to their baby dad or their baby mom or their baby dad. You know what I'm saying? Something like that could be significant. Or this would be somebody that'll have, like, their partner go off on family members and stuff like that. Like, and this person here, their partner is dumb enough to do it. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, to involve themselves in stuff and don't even know what they're talking about. Don't even know what they're getting themselves involved with. This is somebody that I feel like, for some of you guys, this person could have either kicked you out of their home or they probably treated you like a second-rate citizen. This is somebody where they tried to exclude you from a group because they had something. It's like you left, and it's like gladly. So this is like your mom. You left this environment like, I'm so tired of, like, dealing with this predatory behavior, like your jealousy or your envy and all this extra shit. Like, I've been kicked out of better places. I'll gladly go, or I can't wait till I get grown. You understand what I'm saying? This is somebody where you feel like this household that this person existed in, it's like, it's nutcases. You understand what I'm saying? This is also somebody that I feel like tried to police what you did or tried to make you feel bad. They probably have tried to gang up on you, or try to do, like, interventions with you to a certain degree. Like, and if their partner took your side, they was mean to their partner. Like, this person here, they just had a vendetta against you for whatever reason. I don't know. Like, they wanted this to just be about them. They're attention seeking, whoever this person is. You know, your history with this person, I think this is somebody here. They might have a dog that, I don't know. They was trying to treat you like a dog. Like, you was responsible for cooking and cleaning up after them, or dealing with their conflicts, and like he was their guard dog, and when that didn't work, they tried to replace you with somebody else. But this somebody treats you bad on purpose, and they acted like they didn't see your struggles. You know, for them to be using a human as a dog when it's a dog right there, that's crazy. You know, this person could have had you sleeping with the dogs, or eating dog food, or eating like a dog, or like they were probably barking orders at you, you know, or they probably had their partner barking orders at you, and they treated you like the help, like you were just nothing to them, you know. And I feel like this is somebody where, truth be told, y'all were all on the same level, but they treated you, even if you was a child, y'all was all on the same level, but they treated you like you was less than them. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they made you question your judgment, they made you feel inadequate. They could have also put you in a financial bind. So if somebody gave you money or gave you gifts and things of nature, they took them for you, damaged them from you, damaged them, played like you was crazy when it came to certain things, or felt entitled to compensation is what I heard. They constantly were putting more and more on your plate, you know, and then being manipulative, like, oh, I'll give you this, or I'll let you see this, or I'll let you do that if I get this out of you. They're manipulative. And they may have even put you in a state of debt. So this would be like a parent figure or a mother figure that'll try to, like, put your name on stuff and then run it down to the ground, you know. This is also somebody that when you try to help their child or other children that was in the house, whether it's like your siblings or their kid, like, because they were doing things that had no business around these kids or stuff like that, like fighting around the kids, having sex around the kids, doing drugs around the kids, like, they got mad at you because they want to bring this kid down with them. That's the unfortunate thing about it. You know, this is somebody that gets, their ends don't never justify the means. You understand what I'm saying? They're always passionate about the wrong shit, you know. And they swear up and down they care, but they really just care about their ego, you know. This is somebody that makes it hard for the father of their child to have access to their kids. This is that person that I'm picking up on. This is also somebody that, you know, how do I say this? Like, either they gatekeep information about people being sick or dead. Like, they'll hold beef even at a funeral. They'll hold beef with somebody even if somebody's sick. This is that type of person, you know. Or if they're sick, they'll try to act like they'll hold that over you. You know, if their kid is sick and you give them advice about their kid being sick, they'll purposely not take her to the doctor. Stuff like that. Like, this is that type of individual, you know. This is also somebody that I feel like They don't know how to grocery shop. Put it that way. Like, they don't know how to be. This is a grown woman, but they don't, if you can really even call them a woman. This is a grown-ass little girl, basically, cosplaying as a woman, you know? And they messy. They evil is what I want to say. I hate to say they like that, but that's really the best way I can see it. Because when I look at this card, I think about Ed Gein and how he used to read those magazines about that female Nazi. They used to use, like, trigger warning, like the skin of Jews to make, like, household appliances and decor, like lampshades and shit like that. And she was purposely putting that image out there like that. She was normalizing evil behavior. Or even Ed Gein's mom normalizing, like, persecution of people, purposely, you know, putting negative things or horrible things in her child's mind to suit her interest because she was unhappy. This is that type of person, you know. That's why I felt the need to, like, when I was first got into y'all energy, the first thing I felt like I needed to do was to grab my selenite, my black obsidian. Like, I feel like I needed to protect myself. I'm always sure about Holy Spirit, but I feel like I just need to touch something holy to, like, keep myself grounded. Like, this somebody has a lot of emotional trauma, and if you did have a bond with this person, it was a trauma bond, right? Things start to fall apart when you got sick and tired of clicking up this person's mess just to get ridiculed for it. You got sick and tired of, like, look at this person in the 5 hazards. Like, that's the thing. You got tired of living in a danger zone. You got tired of cleaning up somebody's mess. You got tired of being ridiculed for the help that they were requiring from you. And you got tired of people watching you suffer and making fun of it. It's giving like Beavis and Butthead. Like, them and, like, their partner, they probably look like Beavis and Butthead. This is also somebody that sabotage opportunities for you. And you feel like my life could be better if I walked away from you. I could have so much more in my life. I could look better. I could have something for myself. I could obtain something for myself if I wasn't around you. And when I had things, you took it. And it's like you started to have realization. I'm being used. I'm being used and abused. And no matter what I do, it's always going to be somebody that's going to make a mess of something. This is reminding me, if y'all ever seen, what is that show I was watching? Oh, Amazon Prime. This is no promo, but I think it's called Fallout, right? Where she lived in a tunnel, you know, and she was convinced that her position in this world was to help mankind restart and have a new start, but she was brainwashed. You see what I'm saying? So she went out into the real world and she started to see, like, how people was making it barely. It's like she didn't want to live like that, getting her fingers cut off, being mistreated for being nice, being talked about for being kind, being treated like she thought she was better than somebody just because she wanted better for people than they wanted for themselves. That's the energy here. Like, you probably, no pun intended, feel like that you would, like, the fallout was on you. Like, you had to fix something that you didn't really break, at least not intentionally. If you was broke, it was broke by association to this person, not because you single-handedly broke it intentionally. So, where things are headed for you, I'm not gonna lie, I think that for you and this person, I think that there's gonna be, like, a show that people are gonna be able to see. I feel like that it's gonna be a contrast, you know. That's how I see it. I think this person here, whoever, this is my Joker and Harley Quinn card, right? This is somebody that they fell in love with the idea of somebody, but when they find out who that person is, they're not going to be attracted to that person anymore, right? And I also feel like this is going to be one of the situations where what was up is now down, and what was down is now up. The Wheel of Fortune, it's not a stagnant thing. It's a wheel for a reason, and the wheels turn for the purpose of evolution. So it's one of those things where you paid your dues, and I hope that they can, you know, I hope they don't mind. Like, all these daggers missed you. Now it's their time to get up there. But by this time, the person that's shooting the daggers, they didn't got more skill at what they do. You understand what I'm saying? This is going to be somebody where I feel like for you, I see you recognizing this as being an issue. Like, I don't have to sit here and put myself in harm's way, getting off the wheel and moving on. But this is somebody here that didn't want to take heed to your warning. And when it comes to this situation, I think this is going to be somebody that they might be stuck at a dead-end job. This might be somebody that also, you know, they might be jealous of you. Like, it's like a constant comparison of you versus them. that's something that you guys will be experiencing. I think that this is also somebody that's going to continue to keep their kid away from you. That's, the situation, or to like cause conflict between children, put it that way. But I feel like this is somebody that's going to always be who they are, and I feel like that this is a situation where I see you having new opportunities and moving on. And I think it's more so like almost regrettably so. Like you might have survivor's remorse regarding the situation. Let me see what's happening for them, my viewers, dear God. You're going to get married. You're going to have friends, and your partner is going to treat you very well. They're going to be very protective over you. I also feel like that God is going to send a flood wherever they're at, regarding what's going on in their life. And they're going to catch wind of it. You're going to be put up and being happy. That's what I'm saying, like a comparison. Like y'all going to have on paper, like, okay, let's just say they had a partner. Let's say they had kids or whatever. But you're going to have those things, but the way you manage it, the way you treat it is going to be different than how they did. How they handle the situation, how they living. They might live with a partner that pay the bills, but where their partner got them living up, clock that T. They might have kids, but do their kids want anything to do with them now? What do their kids know? What are their kids learning? It's gonna constantly be that, because they created a competition between you and them. So that's gonna be the bar. People gonna constantly compare y'all, whether this is your mother or somebody else's mother, right? The 7 of Wands make me feel like that it didn't work because I think this person was defensive of your growth. There's somebody that wanted to keep you stagnant, and they saw you making it. They saw you growing in spite of like the hardships they put you in. They saw you being fearless, and they saw you a favor, and they didn't think that it was fair. They saw the attention that you was getting. And for a lot of you guys, I think this is somebody who felt like, again, their partner was interested in you, was giving you looks. They felt jealous because of that. And they felt like no matter how much money they had, they still didn't compare. No matter how much makeup they put on, like, no matter what they did, like, they just didn't feel good enough. Even if you was a kid, they just felt like that you just shined too much. They had a light in you that they just wanted to, like, snuff out. This is somebody that was used to the attention to being on them, With the 7 of hazards. Well, 7 of Wands, excuse me. This person just wanted the attention to be solely on them. They felt jealous. They didn't want to have to make sacrifice. They didn't want to do for anybody else. It was like a let them eat cake type of vibe. And they feel entitled to that. The 6 of Cups makes me feel like how you should look at this situation. It's more so that's how they are. Like this is a part of your life where you've grown. It didn't destroy you. What didn't kill you made you stronger. And at the end of the day, it's like, it's all love, because I feel like it's somebody you have a connection to where you're bound to this person by blood. For a lot of you guys, it don't mean that you have, like, look at her in the 6 of Cups. She's obviously polished and things of that nature. Do she have to spend the rest all her days next to this person that's falling apart and things of that nature? No, but we know she's delusional. That's my Leonardo DiCaprio card, where he killed his wife and all this other stuff, but he couldn't remember doing it. This person might act delusional, like they can't remember nothing that they did to you. They don't, like, it's like they don't recall it happening the way it actually happened. And it's like accepting the fact this person here is almost allergic to accountability. And just leaving it to what it is. Letting it be, because that's just the circumstances that this person is in. And the Death card makes me feel like this is a situation that what you don't see coming, again, it's like a contrast. Like, you're going to grow from this situation. In your life, this would be something where you attack the illness because you'll remove it. You'll understand the source, right? You'll do the work, right? And I think you'll protect yourself from this person and these people. And I think that you'll learn a lesson, And again, I feel like that you're also going to find love in your life. And I feel like that for a lot of you guys, you're going to be married. You're going to be happy. You're not going to want anybody coming around you tarnishing that or messing it up or trying to, I don't know. It's like this person may want to know more about your family, who you come from, and you might have you might have to deal with this person to a certain degree, or have to because you have kids, or this person's your family, or whatever. But it's like with a napkin between your fingers. It's kind of what I'm picking up on. The 4 of Swords feels like what's happening for them, what you don't see coming. They're gonna feel guilty. They're gonna feel plagued by what they did to you for the rest of their life, for the rest of their natural ass life. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like this is also somebody where the relationship they're in is going to grow cold. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like this is also somebody that, not going to lie. When they go through it, they're going to feel entitled to your help. They're going to swear up and down like, you got to do something for them. It's your turn to take care of them. The way they didn't take care of you. That's the crazy part about it. But yeah, check me out in the extended if you want another lesson that you're supposed to learn regarding your hardships, whether it's this situation or anything else. We're going to begin a detailed reading in that regard. With that being said, I love you guys to the moon and back, and of course around all socials. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Supporting the channel is easy. Like and comment to say thank you. It's free.
What's good, my beautiful navigators? It's your girl Key, baby, psychic on the suit. And as always, we are back with another Strictly production. Church Minister is talking about basically why I didn't work with the person on your mind. With that being said, Patreon would have seen this long before you did. So, if you're interested in, having access to early releases such as this one, or even today's extended, where we're talking about the lesson that you should take away from the current hardships that you're facing, link is below in the description box. When it comes to who this person is that I feel like you're asking me about, right? I think that this might be somebody that I feel like that you spared in an environment where you didn't want to be, right? There's somebody that I feel like you genuinely tried to look out for, somebody you saw the best in this person, somebody you had a hard time cutting off, even though other people or your intuition was telling you otherwise, like, can't trust this, I think this is also somebody that I feel like, how do I say this? Like, they may have a baby face, okay? Or they may have a certain level of innocence that you've seen in them. They might be younger than you, right? But this is somebody that you didn't look at initially as a threat, Put it that way. I think this is somebody that you exercise restraint with because or somebody you tried to help when they was going through a certain storm. You understand what I'm saying? This is that type of person. Somebody you try to look out for when you feel like they were vulnerable. Your history with this person here, I think this is somebody, not gonna lie, this might be somebody who tried to clock block opportunity from you or try to like throw you under the bus almost for some of you guys. This could have been somebody that also like, they took the side of the wrong team. You went against the fire, against everybody to help this person or these people, right? And this is a particular individual where it's like, all the work I did and all the help I gave you, for you to go to the very people and to turn against me for people I was trying to help you with is crazy. Something like that can be significant with this Two of Hazards. Like, this is somebody that, it's like no matter what I do to try to help, like you go right back to like the wrong people is what I want to say. This could be somebody that was just you. Like, this person here, they probably say things like, they probably copy you in your aesthetics, put it that way. You understand what I'm saying? But this is definitely somebody you call yourself like rescuing from an environment, something like that. Like somebody you call yourself like taking under your wing and looking out for, somebody that vented to you and all of that. And at the end of the day, it really just boils down to this person here being weak-minded. They could be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be, but something like that could be significant. I think this person here is also boy crazy. Like, whether they are romantically intimate or not, but they still like boy crazy. This is a man. This is somebody that's more concerned about what their friends think of them than what actually is best for them. Like, this is somebody that's clout hungry or attention seeking, or if this is a feminine energy, this is somebody here that always felt like that somebody had it better, or there was somebody that they had history with before you. Some big, wide, toxic person. Somebody probably with a big back. You know what I'm saying? Somebody they had like family ties or like money ties with, that I feel like they prioritize this connection with because they feel like it would be beneficial. So this person here was like I don't know, like they were fetching information or messy without you realizing it. This person here was playing both sides is what I want to say. I think this is somebody here that strong Virgo energy, strong Cancer as well, Gemini. I think this is somebody here when you try to help this person, it's like you peeped like, why do I feel like you're taking up for this person that don't even like you? They don't even mean well for you. And you looking out for this person, it's like you couldn't even sleep right, because it's like I'm feeling like it's some other stuff going on between this surface. They were showing up one way in your face, but you knew this person was the ops. You could just feel it. Like, you just kind of caught on before you even expressed to this person, like, they weird. You know? That's kind of what I'm picking up on. Things started to fall apart at a time in which I'm not even going to hold you. I think you became, like, you was ready for war. You started protecting yourself, and you started to become more aware and more discerning of your energy. You started to call out certain energies. And I feel like this person here, you was like, I feel like it's somebody around me that's a monitoring spirit. I feel like it's somebody around me, and it's like you started calling it out, and people started acting funny. I also feel like this is somebody that when you and somebody else was going through it, they escaped. They saved themselves and left you for dead. And then it dawned on you, oh, that's the part. It's like hoodwinked. Everybody was trying to figure out what happened, and it was that little innocent little bunny rabbit, so we thought the whole time. Look at this 5 of Cups, the person peering on the side of the tree. It's that, like, you thinking that you not being watched and somebody the whole time, being the ops, being a loser. You know, I feel like when you started to become more protective of your energy, set more boundaries, be more guarded, be more private, that's when things started to fall out between you and this person, because you started to see them clearly. Like, you started asking God for signs, and Lord of behold, they just started showing it to you. This person could have came up their mouth and told you something that was weird. They made you go, oh, you probably got quiet right afterwards. Like, oh, I see you now. You know what I'm saying? Something like that could be significant. The 5 of Cups makes me feel like that this person is going to stay watching you from a distance. And I think this is going to be something that you kind of feel bad for, like laying in the dirt or putting to rest. But you're still going to move on with your life, is what I want to say. Like, for you, I see you, like, this being something that you use as a teachable moment. Like, you grieve it and you learn how to move on. And I feel like this is going to be a situation where you just can't move past it. If you'll slime me out before, I can't let you around me no more. This person might still be trying to be nice to you. You might be cordial, but it'll never be the same, is what I want to say. I also feel like this is going to move into a situation where this person is going to be trying to ask you information about suitors coming towards you or details in your life, and you're going to keep things very generic. Like, you're not going to tell this person your next plan because they already been revealed as an op. Your pal might be the shortest pal out of all of them, but this would just be somebody that's more like a memory for a lot of you guys. Like, it's like dealing with somebody at arm's distance, you know, and it's nothing that you want to do. It's just something that is being revealed to you have to do. Some of you guys, this person could have tried to make rumors about you and your son, or make rumors about you and, like, your spiritual connection. Okay, the son, put it that way. This person is jealous. Not gonna lie, like, where are things headed for that person they're inquiring about? The person gonna be anxious because they know they fucked up. And if they not feel like the people that they try to slime you out for, it's gonna be their turn next. Because they don't even trust them or, like, look at them as worthy because you slimed out your day one. You understand what I'm saying? Like, ugh. They gonna be going through it, and it's the same people they feel like they can trust. Why, I don't know. They think they smarter than what they are, and they not that bright. They not that bright, and it's like the world gonna eat this person up, and they're gonna be going through some stuff. Not gonna hold you. It didn't work out ultimately because this person here, it's like there was a bully in an establishment or a manipulative person, somebody that was not doing well in their life, and I feel like this is somebody that tried to get the heat off of them, and I feel like they threw you under the bus. They also was jealous of you. You know what I'm saying? It's something about your relationship with somebody. They was jealous of that. You know, somebody being attracted to you, they were jealous of that. Even if this person isn't attracted to that person, it's the fact that you got that person's attention. It's weird. You know, I feel like that's why it didn't work out. I feel like this person here, they were jealous of, like, your upkeep, your lifestyle. They felt like you thought you was better than them. You never said that. That's just how they was feeling. I feel like it didn't work because this is somebody that... How do I say this? Like, the person they slimed you out for, it reminds them of, like, people that they used to, what's familiar to them. So they come from a family of people that act like this. So that's why it's so normal for them to go against the grain when they meet good people They'll doubt it, but they'll feel comfortable and complicit around the wrong crowd. That's really what it boils down to. You know, and they didn't want to see you do better than them. It seemed like you was thriving and getting a lot of attention, and they was jealous of that, to be honest. The high priestess comes out, makes me feel like how you should look at the situation. Just be grateful that God gave you the notice to evict their ass from your life. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like you can't let this person in your safety circle, and it's more so like watch the show and just know that you protected. You know, it's one of those situations where it's like, damn, I was looking out for you. Next time I'm gonna listen when God tell me X, Y, Z, or next time God bless me with this, I know who can't come, or I know who to look out for. I know what personalities to avoid. You know, I know now before I connect to somebody to ask God first how I should show up in this situation. When it comes to you, what you don't see coming, whatever, you gonna eat this. You know what I'm saying? Not literally, but like figuratively. Like, it's gonna be something where you take it to the chin. It's like, it is what it is. Like, it's not what I wanted, but God must be preparing me for something different. And you're going to take whatever ills associated with this person, you're going to just take it to the chin. And for this person with the 7 of Cups, this person is going to experience a lot of people like them. They still attached to that environment with these people that you try to warn them about. And they going through it because of it. You understand what I'm saying? And they watching you from a distance, and they going to keep watching you from a distance. And they going to feel stagnant in this environment. They going to feel stuck, like they got to stay there. Meanwhile, you was provided an escape route, and you could have helped this person out and gave them an escape route too, but they didn't deserve to come with you with this new chapter because of who they are as a person. It's like this, I don't know, like, they're a follower, and you don't need no followers around you. You need leaders. You understand what I'm saying? Are people who know when it's appropriate to lead and when it's appropriate to follow, who to lead from, lead to, and things of that nature. This person's too naive and willingly at that. So it's one of those situations where, you know, it's somebody you have to cut off and sacrifice, and it's a reason for it. So with that being said, y'all, join me in the extent if you're interested in knowing, like, basically, like, the lesson you're supposed to learn, whether it's with this situation or anything else in your life. Like, what's the lesson associated or attached to it? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's extended. Yeah, pretty much. And with that being said, this will be a reading. As always, I love you guys to the moon and back, and around all socials. I'll talk to you guys later. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Bye.
No discrimination, just pure, genuine prophecy. Real niggas do real nigga shit. Universal guidance tailored for you.
Want to sponsor today's reading?
Check out the description box below for more details on how you can endorse the Trap Tarot Minister today.